Well, to start off this video, first thing I want to say is big shout out to George, the J-Tree Fixit Man. The other day, I don't know, I mentioned in the comment or something I'd like to have some, or I'd like to watch those Perry Mason shows, but he, I guess CBS decided they could make some money, so they don't let him put them on YouTube anymore. He said he had some of them down there, and I thought, well, maybe you can make me some copies of it, but he said, no, that'd be piracy. He said, I'll see what I can do. And then a couple of days ago, I got a package, and this was in there. A big set. I don't know how many DVDs are in this thing. There's a bunch. That'll keep me busy for quite some time when I got nothing better to do. I tell you what, some of the people on YouTube here are some really fine folks. You know, you don't really realize how good they are until sometimes they kind of help you out when you think you need. I wouldn't have had to have these, but I sure do appreciate it. I really do. And George, if I can help you out with something, let me know. I can tell you about that. And I'm going to leave George's link down here to his page. And if you don't already watch his videos, why, probably ought to go ahead and get over and take a look. He does a lot of things. He moved down in Tennessee from way up in the frozen north up there, I think Minnesota. And down here, he's got him a little farm down. Well, not a farm. He lives in the country. And when he first moved down there, he had this old ramshackle lean-to of a shop out there, or shed. And he said, I'm going to fix that thing up and everything. I thought myself, nah, it's coming down. Lo and behold, him being a carpenter like he used to be, he managed to resurrect that thing, and I mean, he turned it into a real formidable workshop now. Anybody'd be proud to have it. And another thing, he raises chickens, or not for sale, but he has chickens out there, I guess for a hobby and what have you. He built a really nice chicken coop, and he does mechanical stuff. He has they call it a goofy cart. It's just a glorified go-kart, but it's really high-tech. He uses a lot of wrenches and for braces and for levers and handles. It's really a neat gadget. He's got a few bugs to iron out of yet, but he's on the way. And then the last one I saw was him and his grandsons were working on a little bitty miniature four-wheeler, and they got it going, and So if you get a chance to go over and take a look at George's channel, pretty nice guy. I guess he had to leave a lot behind when he moved down here, but I think he's doing fine. I think he likes the weather a little better. It's not freezing cold and snow up here belt all the time. So anyway, that'll be good. Again, thank you again, George, for that gift. I really appreciate it. And now this next part, we're going to go into a little bit on the mowers that I got the other day. I got 5 out of the 6 going, and the 6th one I got to get that head gasket, which probably didn't need it, but I took the head off to examine because it didn't seem like it had much compression. And it may have already been blown because it's pretty ratty looking, but we got that done. And so we'll just put the more video on the end of this and kind of make it a little bit longer. Anyway, kind of look at George's YouTube page there if you get a chance, or we're going to. So we'll get on to the lawnmowers here in a little bit. It seemed like this mower was vibrating a little bit. I thought maybe the crankshaft might be bent, but when I took the blade off and everything, well, this has got this big hole here, you know, and there's no lip on this it sits on, and so they did have these couple of washers on here, but they were on the outside. That thing looks like it's awful blurry. Let me see what's going on. Oh, let's see about that now. The lens is messed up. I can't tell. Well, it might have been a little dirty. Anyway, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and, since this is nearly the same thickness as the blade, I'm going to put this in the lathe. I'm going to cut off a little bit to where it fits right inside that hole there, you know, for a shim, what it'll mount to. So we'll get busy and see what we can do with that. Okie dokie, that little shim right there ought to be good enough to take up the space in this thing up here. So I hope, anyway, we'll see. We'll just see how that works. Get up there. I don't know if you see anything. Probably not. But you won't be missing much if you don't, I guess. Alright. Okay, well, before we carry on, I'm going to sharpen this blade. Well, we got 5 out of the 6 going. And maybe this one will be okay too once I get the head gasket and everything for it, which that should be in sometime this week. Ain't no rush. I got 3 of them listed, and of course I ain't been in the house for a while, so I don't think anybody asked about them or not, but let's got to take the time on and see what happens. They're all pretty good ones, mostly carburetors is all that matter with them. And I got that monstrosity over there, that green thing. I don't know. I've never fooled with one. He said it kind of tends to pull to one side. It's got a hydrostat rear end on it. And there are 2 hydrostat things on it. So I don't know. Anyway, we'll see what goes on with that. I ain't going to fool around with it too much. If it starts to look like a lot of trouble, I'll just call him and tell him to see if he can find somebody that actually works on them, because I've never messed with them at all. That thing's complicated. Well, that's it for now, and we'll talk to you later.